to Alexis and Marley. We are going to be working on some more flexibility. This time we're using the band that we actually got through Stump Stand, and you don't have to have it, but it's very useful. Marley is not naturally flexible. She has to work really hard for what flexibility she has. So we're just going to show you a couple of things that we do at home using this cool thing to help out her flexibility. So Marley, go ahead and show them how you put your foot in. One part's it's a pulley system, so one part goes in the shoe. The other one has a metal part. You just put it over your doorway and then shut it, and that works. So Marley, we're going to have you pull a stretch to the front, very, very front. Okay, so we want to make sure that we stretch this stretch to the front. This is where the flexibility you need to pull a proper heel stretch, and we're going to have her hold that. On this, I have her hold it for a little bit longer, probably about 45 seconds. So we want to hold it to the front for 45 seconds, pulling as tight as they can. It's also helpful to have them reach as high up on the rope as possible, because in reality, we're going to be doing a motion where our arms are in the air, and it is harder to pull a body position with your arms in the air versus down. So you want to practice having your hands above your head in these body positions. Then we're going to have her rotate to an outside stretch, which would be a body position more similar to a bow and arrow, where the hip is open, and she's going to pull that there. And the closer this leg gets to the head, the better. When they're really flexible, this leg is going to actually end up behind their head, and that's when you're very flexible. So that's what we're trying to get to. We still want to make sure that we're working on pointing this ankle so it's a straight line all the way down to this knee. There we go. We want to hold that as well. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate to your needle on the same leg. And good. They should be able to do this without ever coming out of the band. So good. And reach up high on that rope. Get those hands up there. Good. So her leg's still kind of bent. Ideally, we want to get to where this is a straight leg and it's about here. So you can see how much work Marley personally has to do before we get there. So we're going to hold that as well. And then we're going to come down. We're going to switch legs, and we're going to do all of those again. So you're going to put your foot down. Marley likes to take the band out about there. She's going to switch feet, and we're going to do the other leg, because don't forget the importance of stretching on both sides. It's very important for your growth plates and for your spine to make sure that you do all body positions on both legs, not just the leg you primarily fly on. All right, ready? All the way to the front. Pull it up, girlfriend. Good. More to the front. Get this elbow on the outside. Good. Close to your head. Straighten that knee. Here we go. Again, hold that for about 45 seconds because you're on this. And then we're going to rotate to an outside stretch, which is closer to a bow and arrow. And pull that up. And if we're really strong, or if you want to help, we can have them let go and do a bow and arrow motion as we pull this up. And we make sure the bottom leg is straight too. It's a little bit bent. Make sure that's straight. Good. And we want this leg, as I said before, when you're getting really flexible, the goal is to have this leg all the way close to the head and then behind the head. And once you've got it so it's over here, like those really good overstretches you've seen, that's when your flyer is really flexible, and that's the ideal body position that we want to see from them as coaches. All right, we're going to rotate to a back body position. Got it? Turn that hip over. Good. Walk your hands up. She's falling into the door a little bit. There we go. We want this knee very, very straight, this ankle pointed, and we want these hands up as high as they can go, because that's closer to where they would have to grab their ankle. Walk your hands up, sis. Go. Go. There you go. There you go. That's better. Great job. Her knee is still a little bit bent, so ideally we want this all the way straight. We want her head higher up so her hands are closer to her ankle. And I'm going to show you some drills that we do to help with this. The band is very helpful. There's other things you can do to help get them towards this. All right, come down. All right, we're going to have you do some wall splits against the door, and I'm going to get the chair. Ready? So these are wall splits, again. Very, very useful. And the good news is all you need is a wall or a door. I'm going to have Marley do them against the door since we're right here. So starting your right leg. So back your foot all the way up. All right, so you want their foot all the way against the surface. Their hands are going to be on the floor. Their leg is going to be on the wall or the door. And you want to make sure their hips are square. So right now, there you go. Put your hands right by your feet. There you go. So we want to make sure their hips are in line by making sure their arms are right beside their feet instead of off to one side. And so oftentimes if Marley's holding this, we'll use a chair. But for right now, I'm going to have her come to my hands. You do that. Like this. Great. So if you have a chair, Sometimes I park a chair right in front of her and have her hands go on the seat. And after she holds that for a while, I'll flip the chair around and have her arms go on top of the back of the chair. And that just gets to, a greater stretch that helps with flexibility. So I'm gonna stand up. And we're just gonna get her arms higher up. This is just a deeper stretch. Just gonna hold on to my shoulders. Good. You're a little bit out of line. Boop. That's right. Does it hurt, Marley? Doesn't hurt. She's definitely stretching. All right, let's switch legs. Start on the floor. So I would recommend moms, dads, siblings, all helpers out there to start with the wall split like this, hands right by their feet, equal distance from their shoe, and hold that for 45 seconds. And then you're gonna progress to, I like to go down on my knee to where she can actually get to me without a struggle. She can get her arms to me right here. You wanna hold that also for 45 seconds. And then once you've held that for a while, then you can stand up and just bring them to a different height, which is also really, really good. My shoulders, she likes to hold my shoulders. And we're gonna hold that for a while. All right, good. And again, Marley isn't holding these positions for the longest amount of time. I don't think it would be that fun to watch. But as you're watching these videos, just make sure that every position that we're stretching in, you hold for 30 to 45 seconds each one. And we hope you enjoyed that. Get flexible, friends.